Cordy here from Hands On Outdoors. Today we are hiking back in the woods on some public land. We are going to check out an area to see if there's still water or if it's dry. Replace some cell cam batteries and also see if there's any fresh sign. Hunting season is September 1st, so we're a little over a month away. It is hot, it is humid, and we've got some really bad thunderstorms headed our way. So stick around, enjoy some B-roll. Let's see what we can get into.
Dirt roads, fence roads, cold creeks where the wind blows. Sunrise, blue skies, every bend's a new surprise. Tall grass, worn paths, good days never seem to last. Cast lines, track signs, leave the busy world behind.
Man, I wish you guys could smell this. I wish I could put a scratch and sniff sticker on this video. This is called sweet pepper bush, also known as summer sweet. It's a native shrub you often find right here off of the trails. It usually grows in moist areas, but this area is pretty sandy, so there must be some moisture somewhere. It's very, very fragrant, and it's a great plant for pollinators. So when you find one in bloom, if you take a minute and watch, you'll see quite a bit of activity around it. Like this one, it's got a little bug on it. I'm not sure what that is, but there's a few bumblebees and things like that out here. Not sure what that guy is either, some type of bee. But they are everywhere through here, and this whole trail, it just smells fantastic. Another thing I'm seeing a lot of out here is this sweetbriar. So sweetbriar actually is edible, and you want to make sure that it's in an area that hasn't been sprayed or anything like that. You want to make sure the leaves are really good. I don't eat them, but if you take a bite out of them and give it a couple chews, it tastes insanely like a sour green apple. Like so close, it's ridiculous. So I usually spit them out. Not a big fan of them, but they do taste a lot like green apple. The texture is kind of like a nasturtium leaf. It's a little thick, really chewy. The deer absolutely love them, especially in the fall when there's not much else to browse on. They'll just eat them to pieces. So all of this right here is milkweed, which is growing everywhere. Doesn't have any flowers on it yet, but it'll get these really pretty flowers, sometimes orange, sometimes yellow. And the butterflies really rely on it. But in the fall, they get these pods, and you can actually use them to check your wind. So it's good to know. Alright everybody, so I just found some wild grapes here, and it looks to me like muscadine, but it's hard to tell. And these are a really important food source, not just for deer, but for birds and all sorts of other critters out here in the woods. You can see here that something's been munching on it. The ends of all of these have been eaten off, and some of the grapes are actually missing. So something's enjoying it. Looks safe. I gotta say, it's a good thing I sprayed all of my clothes with permethrin, not just my legs. I did not anticipate walking through hip-high greenery today. Now we're back to the ankle height stuff, but it was a lot taller than I intended it to be. So there's been a ton of turkey sign back here. You'll definitely have to come back in the spring and check this place out. Like, there's a dust bowl right here. You can actually see the turkey feathers all up in it. And it's just, the whole area is just completely destroyed from the turkeys. Looks like I'm gonna come in here with a tiller. Piece of trumpet vine. It's a vine that grows on trees. Don't see any around. It must have blown in the wind. But it grows up on the trees and it produces those orange flowers. I don't know if much eats them. I know what it's called, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I do know what this is called though. This stuff is everywhere. Poison ivy. You can hardly shake a stick in here without running into poison ivy. It's on just about every tree, these big vines and everything. So a ton of blackberries in here. None of them are really too ripe yet. Maybe a little early. A lot of them have already been picked free, so I think the critters have already gotten them. But I know one thing, if I don't get Lyme disease from this trip, it'll be a miracle. I must have walked through a patch of seed ticks and I had thousands of them on me. I had to actually take my pants off and give them a really good shake. So I'm sure somebody was watching. That was pretty comical. Seeing a grown man with his pants off in the woods.
Back roads, bank turns, campfire embers still burn. Deer trails, cattails, stories written without a word.
Did some scouting back here, and it looks like it's still being used quite a bit by deer and now turkeys as well that I can see. You can see a lot of browse on the greenbrier and everything in here. So it looks like this area is still going to be a decent spot to hunt. So we've got about, I don't know, 30 days before the season opens. So I'm not going to spend too much time in here. Just want to get in, get the batteries changed in that camera and get out. There is a wind, but it's a south wind. It's the only reason I could get in here today. And it is hot. I am sweaty beyond belief. I probably sweat a gallon. I mean, I'm soaked. Can't tell because I got an undershirt on, but I've even sweat through part of my pants. Did bring water with me and I'm just about out. I was only in here for maybe 45 minutes. Spider webs. And didn't get them all. And I'm already out of water. Whew. So that tells me one thing, that with the creeks and the ditch being low in here, the ditch is dry. And the creek is very, very low. But all of that tells me that the deer are probably not using this area. They're probably closer to water sources somewhere. Hey, what's up guys? So I want you to check this out. I found a patch of dangleberries. And I know that sounds funny, but it is a real thing. They're very similar to blueberries and they grow wild here and they are edible but you want to make sure, again, like the sweetbriar, that they're not in an area where they've been sprayed or anything like that. So these are a very important food source for birds, and even deer will eat these, raccoons, lots of different critters will eat these, especially when they're ripe. They are very sweet. They've kind of got like a, I don't know, they don't taste much like blueberries. They're sweet, but they've got a little bit of sourness to them. They almost taste like a, like if Sour Patch Kids made a blueberry flavor. That's what these taste like. But they are delicious. And there is a ton of them here. I mean, they're just everywhere. Pretty good snack for a hot day. There's definitely enough to probably pick out a quart, that's for sure. I wish I had something to put them in. Got my backpack, but I don't have any bags or anything. Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Good news is, found a load more dangleberries for a snack. But the bad news is, I got to where my camera was and it's gone. So I thought it ran out of batteries, but I guess somebody else decided they liked it more than me. It is a cell cam, so they can't really use it. So I'm not sure why they took it, but that's just one of the things you run into when you're hunting public land. And I should have come out here sooner because, oh, more bears. I could have come out here sooner and actually replaced the camera, maybe in a different area, put it up higher with some sticks. But I didn't. So down a camera, unfortunately. But good Lord, look at all them berries. They're not quite ripe though. Look at that fat one. Man, I have to come back here when they're ripe. Load up, bring a bag next time. But I don't know, it's just sometimes hunting public land can suck. Most of the time it's good, but you have to remember you're dealing with other people who might not be as trustworthy as yourself. But I'm not gonna let it fret me too much. It's not gonna hurt my season. Maybe they needed it more than I did. But the other bad news is the watering hole was pretty much dry, just like the ditches we found earlier. But we have found quite a bit of food source, and I bet the deer are in here loving these berries. So maybe we'll come in here after the 1st of September and see if we can't get on a deer somewhere near these berries. Or maybe just find a snack while we're out here. You know, I like my snacks. Man, it is hot today. This is probably not the brightest idea to come in here on a day that's 96 degrees with a real feel of 105. Whew, at least there's a little bit of a breeze. I'm almost to the truck. Oh man, I'm a sweaty mess. There's a trail through the pines that I walked 100 times. Still find something I ain't seen before. Could be tracks in the sand, could be a flower in the grass, could be sunlight